China, a land of ancient history. For centuries, emperors ruled, dynasties rose and fell. But by the year 168 AD, the Han Dynasty weakened. Corruption and unrest gripped the land, the people suffered. The empire teetered on the brink. The Han Dynasty, once strong, faced a crisis. Natural disasters shook the land. Floods and famines spread misery. People lost faith in their rulers. The empire, vast and ancient, began to crumble. Out of this chaos, a new era would dawn, the era of the Three Kingdoms. In 184 AD, rebellion erupted. Zhang Jiao, a mystic healer, led the uprising. His followers wore yellow turbans. They demanded an end to corruption. They wanted justice for the poor. The Yellow Turban Rebellion spread like wildfire. The Han Dynasty struggled to respond. Warlords emerged, gathering armies. They fought to crush the rebellion. Among them were men like Cao Cao and Liu Bei. These ambitious leaders would shape the destiny of China. The rebellion was quelled, but at a cost. The empire lay fractured, ripe for the taking. From the ashes of rebellion, three figures rose to prominence. These were not just ordinary men, but leaders whose names would be etched into the annals of history. They were Cao Cao, Liu Bei, and Sun Quan, each carving out their own realms in the chaotic landscape of ancient China. Cao Cao, a cunning strategist, was known for his intelligence and ruthlessness. He was a man who could turn the tide of battle with his sharp mind and decisive actions. His ambition knew no bounds, and he sought to unify the land under his rule. Liu Bei, a virtuous leader claiming descent from the Han emperors, was revered for his benevolence and righteousness. He was a man of the people, always putting the welfare of his followers above his own. His dream was to restore the Han Dynasty and bring peace and stability to the war-torn land. Sun Quan, a young ruler inheriting his family's power in the south, was a formidable leader in his own right. He was wise beyond his years and commanded a powerful fleet that dominated the southern waters. His rule was marked by both strength and compassion. These warlords, each with their own ambitions, clashed for supremacy. The land was divided into three kingdoms, each vying for control. The battles they fought were not just for territory, but for the very soul of China. Cao Cao, ruthless and ambitious, established a strong power base in northern China. His military campaigns were swift and brutal, leaving a trail of conquered lands in their wake. He was a master of strategy, always staying one step ahead of his enemies. He consolidated his hold through military might and shrewd alliances. Cao Cao knew that to maintain his power, he needed both strength and cunning. He forged alliances when it suited him and broke them when they no longer served his purpose. Liu Bei, known for his benevolence and righteousness, attracted loyal followers. His charisma and genuine care for his people earned him the unwavering support of those around him. He was seen as a beacon of hope in a time of darkness. He sought to restore the Han Dynasty and bring peace to the land. Liu Bei's vision was not just about power, but about creating a just and harmonious society. His efforts were driven by a deep sense of duty and a desire to see his people thrive. Sun Quan, inheriting his brother's legacy, commanded a powerful fleet and ruled the southern regions. His naval prowess was unmatched, and he used it to secure his territory and protect his people. Sun Quan's leadership was characterized by both strength and wisdom. The stage was set for a clash of titans. The Three Kingdoms period was a time of great turmoil and heroism, where the destinies of these three leaders would shape the future of China. Their legacies would endure, inspiring generations to come. In 208 AD, the fate of China hung in the balance. The land was fractured and the struggle for power was fierce. Warlords vied for control, each seeking to carve out their own dominion from the chaos. The air was thick with tension, and the drums of war echoed across the valleys and rivers. Cao Cao, at the height of his power, led a massive army south. His forces were vast, disciplined, and well-equipped, a testament to his strategic genius and relentless ambition. Banners fluttered in the wind and the ground trembled under the march of thousands of soldiers. Cao Cao's eyes were set on a singular goal, his goal to crush his rivals and unify the empire. He envisioned a China under his rule, a land of order and prosperity, free from the turmoil that had plagued it for so long. His generals, loyal and cunning, devised intricate plans to outmaneuver their enemies. Every move was calculated, every step deliberate. Liu Bei and Sun Quan, facing annihilation, formed an unlikely alliance. They were aware that alone they stood no chance against Cao Cao's might, but together they could challenge his supremacy. Their meeting was tense yet hopeful, as they set aside their differences for the greater good. The alliance was a beacon of resistance. They met Cao Cao's forces at Red Cliffs. The Yangtze River became the stage for a confrontation that would determine the future of the empire. Warships lined the banks, soldiers readied their weapons, and the air was charged with anticipation. The stakes were immense and the outcome uncertain. The Battle of Red Cliffs was a clash of epic proportions. It was not just a battle of armies, but a battle of wits, strategies, and sheer willpower. The roar of combat filled the air, and the waters of the Yangtze churned with the fury of war. Every moment was a test of endurance and courage. Fire engulfed the Yangtze River as Sun Quan's fleet, aided by fireships, decimated Cao Cao's navy. The flames spread rapidly, consuming ships and men alike. It was a sight of both horror and awe as the fireships turned the tide of battle. The strategy was bold and its execution flawless. The Allied victory shattered Cao Cao's ambition for immediate unification. His dreams of a unified China were dashed, at least for the moment. The defeat was a significant setback, forcing him to retreat and reconsider his plans. On the riverbank, the victors celebrated, their spirits lifted by the hard-won triumph. The Three Kingdoms period had truly begun. The land was now divided among the three powers, each vying for dominance. It was a time of both great turmoil and great heroism, a chapter in history that would be remembered for centuries. The legacy of the Battle of Red Cliffs would echo through the ages, a turning point in the saga of China. Section 5. The Three Kingdoms emerge: Wei, Shu, and Wu. With Cao Cao's defeat, the land was divided. Three kingdoms emerged from the ashes of the Han Dynasty. Cao Cao established the kingdom of Wei in the north. Liu Bei formed the kingdom of Shu in the west. Sun Quan ruled the kingdom of Wu in the south. The Three Kingdoms period was an era of constant warfare and intrigue. Each kingdom sought to expand its territory and outmaneuver its rivals. Alliances shifted, betrayals were commonplace, and through it all, the common people endured the hardships of war. Section 6. Intrigue and Warfare. A time of heroes and villains. The Three Kingdoms period was a time of legendary heroes and cunning villains. Generals like Guan Yu, known for his loyalty and prowess in battle, became figures of legend. Strategists like Zhuge Liang, serving Liu Bei, devised brilliant plans that astounded their enemies. Stories of their exploits, both real and embellished, spread throughout the land. They became the stuff of legends, their names whispered with admiration and fear. The Romance of the Three Kingdoms, a classic Chinese novel, immortalized their deeds, capturing the imagination of generations to come. Section 7. The Fall of the Kingdoms, Unification under the Jin Dynasty. The story of the unification under the Jin Dynasty is a tale of relentless ambition, strategic brilliance, and the inevitable decline of once powerful kingdoms. It is a chapter that marks the end of an era and the beginning of a new one in Chinese history. Decades of warfare took their toll. The land was scarred by countless battles, and the people were weary. The constant state of conflict left the kingdoms vulnerable, their resources depleted and their armies exhausted. The relentless pursuit of power by the ruling factions led to a cycle of violence that seemed unending. The kingdoms, weakened by constant conflict, faced internal strife. Political intrigue and betrayal were rampant as leaders struggled to maintain control. The internal divisions further weakened their ability to defend against external threats. The once mighty kingdoms of Wei, Shi, and Wu were shadows of their former selves, each grappling with its own set of challenges. In 263 AD, the kingdom of Wei launched a final assault on Shu. This decisive move was orchestrated by the brilliant strategist Zhang Jiao, who saw an opportunity to consolidate power. The Wei forces, well prepared and determined, marched towards Shu with a clear objective: to bring an end to the prolonged conflict. Liu Bei's son, Liu Shan, surrendered, marking the end of the Shu kingdom. The surrender was a poignant moment, symbolizing the fall of a dynasty that had once been a formidable force. Liu Shan's decision to surrender was influenced by the overwhelming strength of the Wei forces and the realization that further resistance would only lead to more suffering for his people. 2 years later, Wei conquered Wu, unifying China under the Jin Dynasty. The conquest of Wu was the final piece in the puzzle, bringing an end to the era of the Three Kingdoms. The unification under the Jin Dynasty marked a new chapter in Chinese history, one that promised stability and a respite from the relentless warfare that had plagued the land for decades. The Three Kingdoms period, a time of division and conflict, finally came to an end. The unification under the Jin Dynasty was not just a political achievement, but also a significant cultural milestone. It paved the way for a period of relative peace and prosperity, allowing the people to rebuild and recover from the years of turmoil. But the memories of that era, of the heroes and villains who shaped its destiny, would live on. The stories of bravery, betrayal, and strategic genius from the Three Kingdoms period continue to captivate and inspire. The legacy of this tumultuous time is preserved in the annals of history, reminding us of the resilience and enduring spirit of the people who lived through it. Section 8. Legacy of the Three Kingdoms: Literature, Culture, and Beyond. The Three Kingdoms period left an indelible mark on Chinese culture. The stories of its heroes and villains became ingrained in the national consciousness. The Romance of the Three Kingdoms, a 14th century novel, cemented the period's legendary status. The novel, a blend of history and fiction, brought the era to life for countless readers. It celebrated loyalty, cunning, and the enduring power of human ambition. The Three Kingdoms period continues to inspire artists, writers, and filmmakers today. Its stories of strategy and intrigue have transcended time, captivating audiences worldwide. Section 9. Conclusion: Echoes of a Bygone Era. The Three Kingdoms period, a time of turmoil and transformation, stands as a pivotal era in Chinese history. It witnessed the fragmentation of an empire and the rise of legendary figures. It was a time of war, intrigue, and enduring legacies. The echoes of that bygone era resonate through Chinese culture to this day. The stories of its heroes and villains continue to inspire and captivate. The Three Kingdoms period reminds us of the enduring power of ambition, the complexities of loyalty, and the timeless allure of a good story.